Good morning, dear students. Now the today's topic is instantaneous center method to solve the Porter governor. Just all of you observe that. So before going to start the today's lecture, to, what we said in earlier class, just we will rewind that. So that is the uh, Porter governor is solved by the method of resolution of the forces. So actually the Porter governor is a range of speed is solved. The two types of methods are there. Those are the resolution of the forces method and another one is the instantaneous center method. Already we have covered our resolution of the forces method. From that we will find that the n square equals to small mg plus capital Mg plus or minus f by small mg into 895 by h. Okay, is it audible? Please respond, roll number 76.
Yes, sir.
Is it audible and is it visible to the my screen? Are you
Yes,
visible
sir.
my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now all of you, observe the diagram, instantaneous center method. So when we choose the instantaneous center method, what are the parts are there? Already you know that is the arms are there. PB is the arm and BD is the links. Okay. And what is the difference between this one to and earlier one? What is the difference in earlier one to this one? In our Porter governor, additionally to added the central load. So that is the small amendment is there in our Watt governor to this one. So just all of you observe that when we choose our method of instantaneous center, instantaneous center method approach. So just all of you observe the diagram. So that is the link. Links is the BD is there, link BD is there, and arms PB is there. So and flyball is are also between our link and our arms. So the flyball will have our centrifugal force that is also represented here. FC is there, and now what is the arm is there for getting the instantaneous center of the particular structure. For this one side, only one side of the structure, they may also consider as the one side of the portion. So when we are extending of our arm, so we may we may also transmit the projection of our D, horizontal projection. So that is made at the one point, that is the I. That is made at the one point, that is the I is there. That is taken as the instantaneous center. When the mechanism will happen, that center is also will also varies. So then that instantaneous center, so that center I is the here, and we may also draw the perpendicular perpendicular line or to the up to our this line, horizontal line. So that is our perpendicular line will represents to the our mass of the fly ball. Our weight of the fly ball or mass of the fly ball. So W is there. So then that W line is extending. So then that is also intersecting at the our horizontal line. Then that point is also taken as the M. And now all of you observe the what are the forces are there in our particular method. So just all of you observe that what are the forces are there. FC is there and small w is there, weight of the fly ball, and capital W by 2 is there, weight of the central load. Those are the forces, and tensions are also there. Tensions T1 is there and T2 is there. Those are the forces are involved in our instantaneous center method. So now, and our distances from the fly ball to the our pivoted point H is there, and distances from the fly ball to the our spindle axis, radius of rotation, small r is there. Okay, those are the distances are also there, and angles. Okay, so and angle between the our spindle axis to the our arm, so that inclination is okay, that inclination is the alpha, and link to the our spindle axis, so that angle is the our beta is there. Okay, alpha and beta inclinations are also there. And now all of you observe that here they may set the one statement, that is the instantaneous center I lies at the point of intersection of TB produced and a line through the D perpendicular to the spindle axis. So already we found that that is the I, where we are having the I okay, instantaneous center I. So now just taking the moments about the point I, just taking the moments point I. So now we are also okay representing that what are the forces are there, those are the FC into BM. So that height, perpendicular distance, that is the our BM, FC into BM equals to small w into IM, small w into IM, this is the distance, small w into IM, and plus W by 2 into ID, W by 2 into ID. Those are the okay forces are there for taking the momentum. So now, and how we write the particular this equation, already you know that. Okay, what are the forces going to be anti-clockwise rotation, and what are the forces going to rotate okay, going to uh, clockwise rotation. From that you may also write this equation. Okay, from that basis you may also write the equation. So that is the FC into BM is there. It may also rotating as the anti-clockwise direction, and these two are rotating as the clockwise rotation. So that's why they are also representing, this is the one side and this one is the, these two are the another side. Now all of you observe that this is also W, small w and capital W is replacing with the terms of small mg. So that is the small mg into IM plus capital MG by 2 into ID. So now FC equals to, okay, BM is also okay transmitting to the another, okay, sending to the right side. So when we are sending to the BM value right side, then small mg into IM by BM, okay, plus capital MG by 2 into ID by BM, ID by BM. So then small mg into, okay, small mg into IM by BM plus capital MG by 2 into, okay, ID is also replacing with that, ID is also replacing with that IM plus MD, isn't it? ID is also replacing with the term of IM plus MD. Okay, IM plus MD. Now all of you observe that small mg into IM by BM plus capital MG by 2 into IM by BM plus MD by BM. It may also written as IM by BM plus MD by BM, just splitting the these terms. So IM by BM plus MD by BM. Now the equation, okay, small mg into tan alpha plus capital MG by 2 into tan alpha plus tan beta. How they write the, okay, IM by BM equals to tan alpha. So just you will observe the diagram. Just you will observe the diagram. So just you will observe that. So IM by BM, IM by BM. So that means here they may also have the inclinations. Okay, that is the alpha is the triangle of IBM, triangle of IBM, triangle of IBM, tan alpha equals to IM by BM. Triangle of IBM, triangle of IBM, tan alpha equals to IM by BM. Okay. Now triangle of MBD, tan beta equals to MD by BM. So that equals to tan beta. So those two are substituting in our equation. So when we substituting the equation, then the equation will come mg tan alpha plus capital MG by 2 into tan alpha plus tan beta. Now dividing throughout by the tan alpha, just dividing throughout the tan alpha, uh, our equation throughout the equation is dividing with the tan alpha. So when we dividing with the tan alpha, fc by tan alpha equals to small mg plus, why? Because cancellating the tan alpha and tan alpha of the division in our when we division with the tan alpha, cancellating here, and plus mg by 2 into 1 plus tan beta by tan alpha, 1 plus tan beta by tan alpha, that equals to small mg plus capital Mg by 2 into 1 plus q, 1 plus q. So already you know that, in earlier one also you have written that one equation, one term, that is the q equals to tan beta by tan alpha, tan beta by tan alpha. So that's why simply to substitute the tan beta by tan alpha equals to q. Okay, now we know that fc equals to, what is the formula is there, m omega square r, and tan alpha equals to r by h, tan alpha equals to r by h. Those values are substituting in our equation. So then m omega square r, okay, by r by h, r into h by r, r by h, r division, when we write the division in our division r by h, but when we multiplying that h by r equals to small mg plus capital Mg by 2 into 1 plus q, 1 plus q. So then cancellating the rr here in our equation, then they may write here h equals to small mg plus capital Mg by 2 into 1 plus q by small m into 1 by omega square, okay, or okay, or small m plus capital M by 2 small m plus capital M by 2 into 1 plus q by small m into g by omega square. Just they will taken out the g value from the entire equation of the numerator. So g by omega square. So then here, when tan alpha equals to tan beta for our q equals to 1, when they are substituting the tan alpha equals to tan beta, that means when the lengths of the arms and the links are equal, when the lengths of the arm and links are equal, then simply to substitute the q equals to 1. Why? Because tan alpha and tan beta both are equal. Okay, so then the equation will come small h equals to small m plus capital M by small m into g by omega square, g by omega square. Okay, or here you may also write that g by omega square is replacing with 895 by, okay, so that is their sorry, capital N square equals to, similarly to write here capital N square equals to, capital N square equals to, okay, capital N square equals to small m plus capital M by 2 into 1 plus q by small m into 895 by h. Okay, have the relation between the h and n. Okay, and similarly you may also substitute the same value, capital N square equals to small m plus capital M by small m into 895 by h. Okay, so that is also there. Okay, do you have queries regarding this derivation part? Please respond. Please respond. Any queries? Number 76. Are you visible to my screen? Number 76. Number 76. Roll number 302. Please respond. Okay, roll number 24. Raise the doubt. That is the first equation. How they write the first equation? Okay, where we write the first equation? Okay, this equation, isn't it? Are you asking about of the momentum? So just all of you observe that momentum, how we write the FC into BM equals to small w into IM plus capital W by 2 into ID. So how we write that? So simply to take the momentums about point I. So when we are taking the momentum about point I, okay, so then what are the forces are there, and those forces are how much of the distance maintained from the I point. So that is required. So that is the FC force is there. FC to our perpendicular distance BM. FC into BM. So it is it is taken to be anti-clockwise rotation. It is taken to be anti-clockwise rotation. And now small w into and perpendicular distance IM, okay, and capital W by 2 into ID. So our small w and capital W by 2 both are rotating as the clockwise direction, and FC is taken to be anti-clockwise rotation. So that's why FC is writing as the left side, and other two forces are writing as the another side. Okay, number 24. Lateral entry 24. Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you clear your doubt?
Yes, sir.
So just we will write the only momentum. Okay, when we take the momentum, then we will represent the forces. So that is the FC
Yes,
into
sir.
BM equals to small w into IM plus capital W by 2 into ID. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just observe the problem. Observe the problem. So all of you read it carefully. So the arms of a Porter governor are each 250 mm long and pivoted on the governor axis. The mass of each ball is 5 kg and the mass of central sleeve is 30 kg. The radius of rotation of the balls is 150 mm. When the sleeve begins to rise and reaches a value of 200 mm for maximum speed, determine the speed range of governor if the friction at the sleeve is equivalent to 20 newtons of load. Okay, if the friction at the sleeve is equivalent to the 20 newtons of the load at the sleeve, determine how the speed range is modified. How the speed range is modified. Just all of you observe that. So before going to start the solution mode, first we will write our given values from the problem description. Okay. So that is the BP equals to BD. So what are the values are there? The arms of Porter governor are each 250 mm. 250 mm. So here BP and BD both are here same. Why? Because they are not mentioned. Okay, here. So the arms of a porter governor are each 250 mm long. So they will not mention any value. Okay, belongs to the our length. So both are equal here. So arms of the porter governor. Okay, 250 mm long. So PB PD both are given to the 250 mm long, and small m is the small m 5 kg, capital M is the our 30 kg. Okay, 5 kg and 30 kg, and R1 is the 150 and R2 is the 200. So that is represented in our okay. So 250. So N1 minimum speed when R1 is the 150 mm, and okay, N1 is the minimum speed. Let N1 is the minimum speed when R1 is 150 mm. And now uh, now observe that speed range of a governor. Speed range of a governor. So that is the height of governor. They will measure the height of the governor when the R1 value is 150 mm. So then for getting the H1, so just we'll take the okay our triangle. So that is the H1 equals to what is the value PG, and our triangle is PBG. PBG triangle, from the PBG triangle, PG equals to, okay, let us take the Pythagoras. PG equals to square root of PB square minus BG square. Square root of PB square minus BG square. So then substituted the PB value. PB is 250 and BG is the 150. So the value will come 200 mm. H1 is the 200 mm. So that equals to 0.2 meters. That equals to 0.2 meters. Now N1 square equals to, they may write the one equation, small m plus capital M in small m plus capital M by small m into 895 by H1. So that is equals to, so just you will substitute the form given values. So that is the small m 5 and capital M is the, okay, 30, and 30 by 5 into 895 by 0.2. So that is when we make the calculation, so simply to get the N1 equals to 177 RPM. 177 RPM. So from figure B, similarly to calculate the H2 also. H2. So that is the H2 equals to, again PG equals to square root of PB square minus BG square. But the thing is PB value will varies. So that is the PB is the 200. 200 square minus BG is the, okay, sorry, PB is the same 250 square and BG is 200. So this is the varying. BG is the varying here. So when we substituted the 250 square minus 200 square, so then the H2 value will come 0.15 meter. That means 150 mm. 150 mm. H2 is the 150 mm. In our meters, 0.15 meters. From that, again we will find the our N2 value. N2 square equals to small m plus capital M by small m into 895 by H2. When we substituted the okay, given values, 5 plus 30 by 5 into 895 by 0.15. So N2 equals to nearly to come 204.4 RPM. 204.4 RPM. So therefore, range of the speed of the governor. Range of the speed of the governor means n2 minus n1. n2 minus n1. So 204.4 minus 177. So that is the our 27.4 RPM. 27.4 RPM. Okay. So that is the our range of the speed of the governor. Now, again, all of you observe that. So speed range when the friction at the sleeve is equivalent of 20 newtons of the load. Okay, someone raised the doubt. That is the roll number 47. Their doubt is H1, N1 and N2 both are, okay, sorry, H1 and H2 are equal. Okay, they may said that those are getting the same value. Why? Because arms values are equal. Okay, so but the thing is, okay, roll number 47. So we will vary the our opposite side. So that is the first condition. The R1 value is 150, and the second condition R2 value is the okay 200 mm. So when we vary the particular length, okay, particular value, so then simply to vary the H1 also, H1 and H2. Okay, if it is constant, then H1 and H2 also constant. But here, so at the minimum speed, R1 value is the 150, and when it is going to be maximum speed, R2 is the 200. They already they said the statement in our problem description. So when the okay, our opposite side value, that means BG, when the BG value will varies, so then simply to vary the our H1 and H2 also. Okay, do you understand that? How we get the okay H1 and H2? Okay, just put off your okay, just put on your mic and respond. Okay, now observe that a speed range when the friction of at this sleeve is equivalent to 20 newtons of load. They may also mention the friction value also. So here, when the sleeve moves downwards, when the sleeve moves downward, the frictional force acts upwards and the minimum speed is given by. So that means when the sleeve going to be when the sleeve is going to move downwards, so then the frictional force, okay, so what is the frictional force is that frictional force acts at the upwards, and the speed value is going to be lower when the okay sleeve moves downwards. So then speed value is okay downwards. So that speed value is downwards means it is belongs to the our n1. Okay, it is belongs to the our n1 value. So n1 square equals to small mg plus capital Mg minus f. Capital Mg by actually we may write here. So but capital Mg minus f by small mg into 895 by h. Okay, small mg plus capital Mg minus f by small mg into 895 by h. So now 5 into okay small m is there and g is there, that is the our 5 into 9.81 plus 30 into 9.81 minus f is there, f is the our act towards upward and 1 is the okay frictional force acts upwards. So then sleeve moves downward, the frictional force moves upwards, so that's why negative, they are consideration of the negative value. So that is the minus 20 by 5 into 9.81 into 895 by 0.2. So that is the our okay n1 belongs to the n1. And similarly, when the sleeve moves upwards, the frictional force acts downwards. Then the maximum speed is So similarly they write the okay n2 square value. So n2 square equals to small mg plus capital Mg plus f by small mg into 895 by h2. So in this 5 into 9.81 plus 30 into 9.81 plus 20 by okay 5 into 9.81 into 895 by 0.15. So N2 value is a 210 RPM and N1 is the similarly to come here 172. Therefore, again find the speed, range of the speed of the governor. That is the difference between the our N2 to N1. That is the 38 RPM. So when the friction consider, then the range of the speed is 38 RPM. Okay, without consideration of the hours friction. So 27 RPM. 27 RPM. Okay. Do you have any doubts regarding this problem? Please raise your doubts. Please unmute your mics and raise your queries. Please respond. Roll number 47.
Sir,
Okay. Tell me your doubts.
no doubt, sir.
That is so roll number 47. Listen. So how we write the our n1 square when consideration of the friction and without consideration of the friction. How we find the our n1 square directly to substitute the formulas. Okay. If you are having the any queries, please raise. Without consideration of the friction, the range of the speed of the governor is 27, and with consideration of the friction, the range of the speed of the governor is 38 RPM. Do you understand?